Hello friends, in this video we will see bubble sort program. So this is the program we have. So we have declared two variables I and j for loop. I and j are loop variables. We are using it as a loop variables, and a of 50 is we are declaring an array of 50 variables. We can use just 5 or 10. We'll just use 5 or 10 in this program. That depends on the user enters. If the user enters 5 for n, it will be a 5 size array. If the user enters 10, it will be 10 sized array. So again we have a variable called temp. We'll see why this temp variable is used. So first we say to the user to enter the size of array, and then we'll scan up the size of the array that will input the will take as input inside the variable n, and we'll say printf enter the values. The user will enter the values one by one. So that will be captured using the scanf statement to the variable a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4, a of 5. If the user enters only 5 as a size of array, it will be for a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3 and a of 4. So this is our declaration and input, which we already seen in many programs. So we use two loops for doing sorting of array. We are doing ascending order here. You can change it to descending order later if you want. So we are using outer loop. This is outer loop, and then one more loop inner loop with j as loop variable. So this is the inner loop. So inside the inner loop we have an if statement, if block. So what we are doing is we are declaring I as 1. So we are starting with I as 1. I less than n, that is if the user enters 5, I less than 5, that is it will execute for 1, 2, 3, 4. I executes 4 times. The user enters 5 for n. So the size of the array is 5. The outer loop executes for 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 5 less than 5 becomes false. So it executes 4 times. So once the I is equal to 1, assume that user enters 5. So now I is equal to 1. 1 less than 5 is true. So it enters the outer loop. So and it gets into the inner loop. So now we initializing j with 0. So j less than n minus 1. So n is 5. 5 minus I, sorry, n minus I is 1. So 5 minus I is 4. So j will be executed from 0 to 4 times. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's less than, it will be executed, it executed 4 times, but it's for 0, 1, 2, 3, not for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we are saying j less than n minus I. N minus I is 4. So it executes until j is 3. So when j becomes 4, 4 less than 4 becomes false and it will not execute. So this loop executes first time for j is equal to 0 to j is equal to 3. So when j is equal to 0, j 0 less than 4 is true, it enters the loop and it checks for the condition a of j. So now j is 0, it checks the a of 0, that is the first value in the array, is whether it's greater than the next value. A of 0 plus 1 is a of 1. So it checks the value of a of 0 with the next value a of 1. So if a of 0 is greater, the first value is greater, so then it exchanges the first value with the second value using a temp variable. So we are putting the first value inside the temp variable, and we are putting the second value to the first location, and then from the temp we are putting it into the second location. So we'll see this when we execute how exactly happens. So whenever the first value a of j is greater, so and a of j plus 1, the next value is smaller than the current value, so it will be exchanged with it. So to exchange we have used a simple logic. Temp is equal to a of j, the current value is put in temporary variable and the next value is put in the current location, and the temp value is put in the next location. So this way we are exchanging whenever the variable, the current value is greater than the next value, we are exchanging it. So similarly, after this loop executes, the if condition completes and this loop completes, and again it goes back to J loop. So again J increments to 1. So 1 less than 4. So it again is true and executes again for A of 1 and compares with A of 2. A of 1 and A of 2 is compared this time. Next again, if the A of 1 is greater than A of 2, it exchanges. Otherwise this if will not execute. After this if block completes, it goes back to here J increments to 2. 2 less than 4 is true. Again A of 2 and A of 3 will be compared. So if A of 3 is greater than A of 2 is greater than A of 3, so they are exchanged using this if condition. If not, this if block is skipped. After that it goes back to here and J increments to 3, and again A of 3 and A of 4 are compared. If A of 3 is greater, it is exchanged, else it is not, the if block is not executed. And then it goes to J becomes 4. 4 less than 4 is false. It comes out of the inner loop. The inner loop ends here and comes back to the outer loop. So outer loop, it again checks the I increments here now. So I was initially 1, it increments to 2. So 2 less than 5 is true, and again the inner for loop again it starts. So inner for loop again starts and J initializes to 0 again, and this time J less than 5 minus I is 2. So 5 minus 2 through 3. J less than 3 is the program here now. So it executes for 0, 1 and 2. When J is equal to 0, 1 and 2. Again the for loop executes 3 times, and again after the inner loop completes, it again comes back to outer loop and I increments to 3, and this time again J is equal to 0, 0 less than 5 minus I value is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, so 2 times it executes the inner loop. And then after completion it goes back to the I increments to 4, so 5 minus 4 is 1, so again here J is 0, J less than 1, so it executes for 1 time. So this loop executes 1 time and then it comes out and I becomes 5, 5 less than 5 is false and comes out of the loop. So we have to be careful here. So this I will be, the outer loop is executed only 1 time, but the inner loop is executed for every time, every value of I. For first time if I is equal to 1, the inner loop executed 4 times. When I value is 2, the inner loop executed 3 times. When I value is 3, the inner loop executed 2 times. Similarly, it goes on decreasing. So that's because of this statements why the inner loop is reducing number of times. It depends. When I value is 0, when I value is 1, 5 minus 1 4 times executes. When I value is 2, 5 minus 2 3 times it executes. This is condition. Why we use this we'll see now. So this is the logic, how it works exactly. So this is the outer loop, I value is the outer loop. So when I is equal to 1, so first J is equal to 0, so it will execute n minus I, that is 5 minus 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it will execute for 4 values. So first when J is equal to 0, A of 0 and A of 1 is compared. So A of 0 is greater than A of 1. So this is the if condition. What I'm talking here is the if condition in the program. A of 0 is greater than A of 0 plus 1. That is, so what happens then, the exchange takes place here. That this value goes to temp and this comes here and the temp value comes here. So you have to analyze it, keeping a program, writing a program in a book on the side and compare this diagram with this table and see. So when this is greater, in the if condition, it checks that A of 0 is greater than A of 1, so it exchanges like this. So then after the if block is executed, the j increments to 1 in the next iteration of the loop. So now a of 1 and a of 2 is compared. Again a of 1 is greater than a of 2 in the if condition. So again they are exchanged. So next the if block completes, again j increments to 2. So this time again a of 2 is greater than a of 3. So here they are again exchanged. So again the if block completes, and then it increments j to 3. So now a of 3 is greater than a of 4. So again they get exchanged inside the if block. So this way it executes 4 times. So this 5 minus I is 1, 5 minus 1, 4. So it executes 4 times from j is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So next the inner loop completes. So the outer loop again increments to 1, I increments to 2, I increments from 1 to 2. So now again j initializes for 0. A of 0 is greater than a of 1. This is the if condition, again it starts. So again they get exchanged. So now inner loop completes one iteration. So next iteration j becomes 1. Again a of 1 is greater than a of 2. So they get exchanged. So again the inner loop goes for the next iteration, j increments to 2. So the a of 2 is greater than a of 3. So they again get exchanged in the if block. So here it stops execution here. It does not go to j is equal to 3 because we have condition j less than n minus I. Now I is 2, n is 5, 5 minus 2 is 3. So less than 3, whenever j is less than 3, it executes. When j becomes 3, it does not execute. So the inner loop completes and goes to the outer loop again, and I increments to 3. So when I is equal to 3, the inner loop again starts. So j initializes to 0. Now a of 0 is greater than a of 1 in the if condition. So they get exchanged. So again j, after this iteration, the inner loop again continues, j increments to 1, and again a of 1 is greater than a of 2. They get exchanged. So next it will not execute because j less than n minus I is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, j less than 2 executes. Here j is 1, it executed, j is 2, it will not execute. So it goes to the outer loop, I increments to 4. So now when I increments to 4, j is equal to 0, a of 0 is greater than a of 1. Again in the if condition, this is true, and it gets exchanged. Using a temp variable, they get exchanged. So now next 1 is, now I value is 4, j less than n minus 4 is 5 minus 4 is 1. So j less than 1 executes in the for loop. So j equal to 1 will not execute. So it will stop the inner loop here. The outer loop I becomes 5, and outer loop also stops. So this way we get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll compile this program. I do Alt F9. I do Control F9. So it says enter size of array. I'll just use 5 values. You can use more than 5 values. I'll say 5. It says enter the values. I'll say 5, space 4, space 3, space 2, space 1. Okay, now you can see it sorts the array in the form of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this way we can sort the array. So I have printed it in a separate line. You can, if you want, you can print it in a same line. So I just use a simple for loop to print the array. We already seen how to output an array. So I'll compile this again. I'll say 5 is the size of the array. 5 space 4 space 3 space 2 space 1. So 5 values I've given. So it array as sorts in the form of ascending order. Now we'll check what exactly in the loop, what are the values exactly in the loop. So we'll check one more output. Control F9. I'll say this time 77, 66, 99, So I'm giving in a haphazard manner, not in a descending order. So I give 5, okay, I need to give first size of the array. So now I have to enter the value. So we have given a few values, 99, 56 and 100. Okay, so now if I say enter, you can see it sorts again. So it depends. Here 77 and 22 they get exchanged, but after that 77 comes here. 77 and 99. 77 is not greater than 99. They don't get exchanged. So how do we see that in the loop? So we have already seen the pref is the best friend debug any program or check what's happening in the loop. So I have used two printf statements to check what's happening in the loop. So I'm just printing the value of a of the current value if j is equal to 0 and the next value. You can see a of current value is a of j. The next value is j plus 1. So here it prints a of 0 and its value. Here it prints a of j and its value. Is 0 plus 1. That is a of j and a of j plus 1, the next value. We'll see what happens every time. I'll do Alt F9 and I'll do Control F9. So I'll say size of array is 5. So and I'll say, I'll give few values, 55, 44, 33, 88, 1. So I'll give these values and you can see so when the first time loop got executed, I is the 1. So this for when I is equal to 1, the j loop executed 4 times. You can see the j loop executed 4 times. The first a of 0 is 55 and a of 1 is 44. In this if condition, a of 0 is greater than a of 54. So they get exchanged and then you can see a of 1 here is 44, but after the if block they got exchanged and a of 1 became 55. So 44 goes to a of 0, but I have not shown here in the next loop. A of 1 becomes 55 here and a of 2 is 33. Again in the if condition it checks 55 and 33. Again 55 is greater. So 55 is greater. So it exchanges a of 1 with a of 2. Now a of 2 will become 55. So you can see a of 2 became 55 here. So next a of 2 and a of 3 compared. But in this time a of 2 is not greater than a of 3. The next value. So it will not get exchanged. A of 3 remains 88. You can see a of 3 is remaining 88. It's not changing to 55. So this way, after in the last loop, a of 3 and a of 4 are compared. And again, they get exchanged, but we have not output after the loop. So a of 4 will become 88 next. So next, when the first j loop completed, I increments to 2. When I is 2, the j loop executes 3 times. A of 0 is 44. A of 1 is, you can see here, in the first time how it got exchanged. A of 1 got exchanged and A of 0 became 45. That you can see it here in the second loop. So here A of 0 is 44 and A of 1 is 33. Again A of 0 is greater than 33. So they get exchanged and A of 1 becomes 44 here. You can see it here. A of 1 becomes 44. So next, in the next iteration, A of 1 and A of 2 compared. Again A of 1 is not greater than A of 2. So they don't get exchanged and A of 2 remains 55. You can see A of 2 is remaining 55. So next loop, A of 2 is greater than A of 3. This time it gets exchanged and A of 3 becomes 55 and A of 2 becomes 11. So that's not visible because we have not printed after the exchange here. So next loop, when I becomes 3, j loop executes only 2 times. Now A of 0 is 33 and A of 1 is 44. So A of 0 is not greater than A of 1. So they don't get exchanged. A of 1 remains 44. And next A of 1 and A of 2. A of 1 is greater than A of 2. So they get exchanged and A of 2 becomes 44. A of 1 becomes 11. You can see A of 1, the next loop A of 1 becomes 11. So next, in the last loop, I becomes 4. So J loop executes only one time. So A of 0 is 33 and A of 1 is 44. Again, A of 0 is greater than A of 1. So they get exchanged and A of 1 becomes 33 and A of 0 becomes 11. So A of 0 will be 11. A of 2 will be, A of 0 will be 11. A of 1 will be 33 and A of 2 will be 44. A of 3 will be 55. A of 4 will be 88. So this way they get sorted. So printf is the best friend for checking the value or debugging any logical problem in the program. We can check using a printf statement. Friends, in this video we have learned about the bubble sort program. So we'll see more in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this video.